Coming up in tonight's bulletin, Chair of the Pacific Island Forum, Prime Minister Manele, says the Pacific region remains committed to advancing and empowering its women and girls. SIBC calls on the government and its stakeholders to support the construction of a new office for the Commission. And Solomon Host, the main organizer of the Miss Solomon Islands Pageant, is preparing to stage this year's event in late November. Hello, you're watching SIBC's TV News Bulletin. I'm Sharon Nanao. The Pacific region remains committed to advancing and empowering its women and girls. At the United Nations General Assembly in New York, Prime Minister Jeremiah Manele delivered a statement as the chair of the Pacific Island Forum during a high-level meeting marking 30 years since the landmark 4th World Conference on Women. Manele outlined the region's continued progress and shared priorities in the effort to achieve gender equality.
A year before Beijing, the region launched the Pacific Platform for Action, boldly placing gender equality at the heart of our regional agenda. While challenges remain, the resilience of Pacific women and girls is driving real progress. More girls are completing school, women are accessing economic opportunities, and health systems are being improved. Reproductive health, including human papillomavirus vaccination and cervical cancer screening, is progressing. Across the region, gender equality is increasingly being reflected in national reports and budgets.
Despite the progress made, he underscored the need for more decisive action to address the modern challenges impacting women across the Pacific.
Women's leadership role across sectors is increasing. However, more needs to be done to elevate women in politics and decision-making roles. As One Blue Pacific, we are laying the foundation for the establishment of a regional gender equality monitoring, evaluation, research, and learning plan to close data gaps, guide action, and ensure no one is left behind. Gender equality and climate action are interlinked. Across the Pacific, gender roles in various sectors and policies are not just about shaping change, but driving change. New forms of violence, including tech-facilitated abuse, is already stretching our capacity to respond meaningfully. Bold partnership is needed to address this growing issue.
On the national front, Prime Minister Manele highlighted the steps taken in the Solomon Islands to support the empowerment of women and girls.
My government is committed to deliver access to quality education for all Solomon Islanders. The Solomon Islands National University is offering second chance programs for women who left formal education due to pregnancy. I am pleased to announce that 9 out of 10 births in Solomon Islands are attended to by skilled professionals. We have distributed reusable menstrual pads to schoolgirls in the provinces as part of our health program, rolled out vaccinations for girls to prevent cervical cancer, and removed duty and goods tax on menstrual sanitary products. To combat violence, we have the Family Protection Act 2014, Penal Code Amendments 2016, Child and Family Welfare Act 2017, and the National Policy to Eliminate Violence Against Women and Girls 2021 to 2027. Empowering women in business remains a national priority. Financial literacy training in rural areas has seen the growth of women saving clubs. These saving clubs have provided women with seed money to pursue their economic goals.
Now, the Solomon Islands Electoral Commission, SIBC, is urging the government and stakeholders to back the construction of a new permanent office, following a fire that destroyed its headquarters and disrupted operations. Ian Kaukui reports.
The Solomon Islands Electoral Commission SIBC is calling on the government and its stakeholders to support the construction of a new office for the Commission. SIBC Chief Electoral Officer Jasper Highwood Anisi made the call during a press conference held on Monday. He said the recent fire incident that destroyed the office has reinforced the need for the democratic institution to have a well-secured permanent residence.
And one of the biggest lessons from the event is that the Electoral Commission has now no permanent home. And we want to have a permanent home as soon as possible so that we can comfortably deliver the 2028 joint elections. As the institution of the heart of our democracy, it is vital that the Commission has a secure, well-resourced office to serve the people. We are therefore making an open call to the government, to the development partners and the public for support to ensure that by 2027 a new permanent electoral commission building should be in place. This is not just about bricks and mortar. It is about strengthening trust, confidence and resilience in our democracy.
Mr. Anisi added a new design plan for the Commission's office is currently being drafted. He said the new office will be larger than their previous facility as they plan to increase the number of employees working for the Commission.
So in terms of our normal planning from last year, we wanted to do a functional review. So currently we only have 29 staff running the joint election in 20 established staff under public service. We wanted to increase that number to 50 plus staff because it's a huge task operationalizing joint election across the country. So yeah, definitely with the new building, it will be big and it will be enough to capacitate more than 50 staff. At the moment, we've secured engineers and architects for design. So as we speak, they are working on the designing of that new complex. And we will know the cost of it once the design is complete. But I can assure you that we are in the process of working on the design for the building. In terms of the land belongs to the Commission of Lands. He's the one who is custodian to the land. And I think that plot was allocated for SIC, Solomon Islands Electoral Commission. So yeah, maybe that is the site we will be looking at in terms of rebuilding.
Jan Kaukui, SIBC TV.
Now Solomon Host, the main organizer of the Miss Solomon Islands pageant, is preparing to stage this year's event in late November. Alex Dadamu with the details.
Solomon Host, the main organizer of the Miss Solomon Islands pageant show, is preparing to stage this year's event in late November. Solomon Host Director Joyce Conophilia outlined the tentative schedule, saying this year's edition will be smaller compared to previous pageants. Ms. Conophilia acknowledged the significant commitment made by the national government during last year's hosting of the Miss Pacific pageant, adding that her team is now turning to the private sector for sponsorship support.
At this stage, we falating for hosting late November. We're still talking to, of course, the government, and we're looking at other sponsors. As you may run survey, we just hosted the Miss Pacific, yeah? So that was a very big commitment on side of government too. So at this stage, we're trying to find the private sector support number for maybe not a big one like last year, and not too long like last year. There was a lot of visits and we had a lot of exposure of the candidates. Yeah? Maybe this year we'll just do short time frame number, then we can do a crowning.
She also revealed that Solomon Islands' participation in the upcoming Miss Pacific pageant remains uncertain, pending an outstanding issue from last year's hosting. Ms. Conophilia confirmed they are still waiting for the government to make a decision on whether the country will compete this year.
We're still also waiting for a confirmed advice from government too. We understand government law participation law, you mean. Like me earlier on with the media, that we had some outstanding issues where we fella wait for hearing what the concrete outcome of those issues. Yeah? So until and unless we get some clear advice on that, Mifa too, little bit not sure about future participation to Solomon Islands Land PIP. So it's a matter that we really need the authorities to come out clear and tell Mifa too what not by happen, especially with regard to the issues that come up last in PIP.
Meanwhile, outgoing Miss Solomon Islands, Elsie Polosovai, expressed her gratitude to supporters and bid farewell as she concluded her reign as Miss Solomon Islands 2024 to 2025.
I think very last thank you again, Malo, Solomon host, Auntie Joyce, and your team. Thank you now for you for flexible and adapt the schedules for me. It's not an easy journey, and it's not an easy thing for coordinating something where full nation is watching and looking at. And me just like for extending again my gratitude for the people of Solomon Islands for the support Blue Fala, for the encouragement and the words where you fala speaking Lomita, you were looking me out on the streets or online. Thank you so much for support Blue Fala, and just know that all this support is not going to go to waste. I am still going to be contributing and helping out in whatever capacity I can as a former Miss Solomon Islands. So yeah, thank you so much everyone for making my time here.
Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
SIBC celebrated its 73rd anniversary. Alex Dadamu with more on this story.
Hooray! The Solomon Islands Broadcasting Corporation SIBC celebrated its 73rd anniversary yesterday at its headquarters in Rove. The event was marked together with stakeholders and students from various schools in Honiara. Chief Executive Officer of SIBC, Johnson Honimai, on the occasion paid tribute to current and former staff of SIBC, business houses and donors.
We also like to pay special tribute and respect to the current and previous staff for passion, and professionalism that we have shown over the years, ensuring that SIBC has maintained integrity, Ibrahim, and trust as the public service broadcaster, and making sure it maintains its editorial independence despite the challenges that we may come across over the years. Tagyo tumas to all the business houses, big and small, who have contributed to the revenue of the corporation over the years despite so many times economy bloimi or side lo selen bloimi hemi no good tumas. We also like to say thank you to us, donor community, for believing in the role of SIBC, providing the important task of keeping governments and authorities answerable for their actions and decisions. An important, one important role there, democratic system government blame, and maintaining the unity and peace in the happy hours. Tagyo Thomas.
Mr. Honimai also thanked its listeners, followers and viewers of SIBC TV, radio and online.
SIBC have stopped for you, Without you, no need SIBC. You know why SIBC have exist. Otherwise, this country does not need a public service broadcaster without the viewers, the listeners and the followers. Me for like for thanking you. Despite all the temptations to move away from SIBC, you have kept with the voice of the nation. For your information, education, entertainment, and more importantly, engagement. Blow you within me fala.
SIBC was officially established in 1976 under the Broadcasting Ordinance Act. Alex Dadamu for SIBC TV.
Now the Solomon Islands is best known for its smooth island reggae rhythms, but a new sound is quietly making waves. Folk music is slowly carving out its space in the local music scene, and one of the artists behind this shift is Isaac Legekalu, Jr., known to his fans as Isaac JL. Through his heartfelt lyrics and acoustic melodies, Isaac is bringing a fresh energy to Solomon Islands music, drawing inspiration from the likes of Ed Sheeran and other Western artists.
When it comes to music, me passionate about music since I was a kid. Since small kametna, also mom and dad also lo choir time small too, but like way before that, dad playing to my staka songs around the house that it came from old rock bands, come to church music and other artists, and also I'm actually exposing me to a lot of different genres time small come. So yeah, ever since me small picking me interest in music.
Through his music, Isaac hopes to uplift people's spirit one song at a time.
Me someone who tend to listen to lyrics and how people write him stuff, and also slowly him develop him, I'd say like something inside of me where also making me passionate about him, like how music him not just for listening but him also help change him lives, blow stuck up people. It can either heal you and break him you at the same time too, depending on the types of song type. Me bara fixated upon an artist at first, which was Ed Sheeran, the main artist. Me fixated upon him. Me listen to all the songs blame and him giving me now this drive to like make him music and also present him out in a way where me like him also him helping people ease off and not really making people got him bad thing, some type.
Isaac expressed his gratitude for the support from his family and loved ones, including other local musicians. Looking forward, he hopes to make more music and collaborate with artists from home and abroad.
10 years now, I believe probably 10 times the artist I am right now. Me picture myself probably singing on concerts and doing gigs. Mostly, but me like push out more what I'm doing compared to what me doing this time. Me like doing more type of me like get out. Me like doing collabs, waiting people, not just here, but mostly people probably reach out for Aussie or start low there, Aussie and PNG maybe, because that's where also most of my audience is.
And that's news. Follow us on sibconline.com.sb and our SIBC News Facebook page for more of our latest stories. Thanks for watching.